the most common question that realtors hear?
How's the market?
How's the market? Do you have your elevator speech down?
I think I do.
We think you do. You're Carolyn Gomez.
And you're Tina Herrel.
And we're with the
Remax, Metro,
the Herrel Group.
and Herrel Group.
We are real estate agents.
Yes, we are.
I don't know why it never comes up.
I know, right? But we've got so much good information to share.
We do. Today we have
Right.
a lot of information to share. And this is our fireside chat. We can't have a fire in here right now because it's beautiful and 90 degrees outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean on our editor. We are seeing things that we've never seen before in our combined 25 years of real estate.
Yep.
And I think one of them is buyers are becoming much more savvy,
Oh, yes.
much more disciplined in their choices that they're making
Yep. And they have a lot more choices to make.
because of the inventory.
Yes, there's so much more property on the market right now, especially in Pinellas County, which is where we are. I think we could start with just what's going on in the property that we're sitting in, right?
This is a gorgeous, beautiful colonial brick house that's on the water. Dock, a 10,000-pound boat lift, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It was refurbished before the hurricane hit, and it's an option out there now as part of our inventory.
Yeah.
Buyers have an opportunity to not only have a finished product, but for those that are interested, they can put a little bit of money in this
Yeah.
and make this even better than before. And the best part about it is the price points.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
we're looking at these homes that have to be rehabbed. Before the storm, this would have been 1.3, 1.4, I
Right.
think is what we did the comps at.
Yes.
Right now, we currently have it on the market for $849,000.
Yeah.
And with some love, this could be
Amazing. It's a beautiful home.
And,
Yeah.
and it's in a great location.
I mean, we've got multiple things going on. Number one, many of the Canadians are moving back up to Canada and selling their properties. Number two, we have lots of properties that had water damage. We're sitting in one right here today.
When people ask how the market is, what we're doing is we're taking the buyer's feedback much more seriously.
Yeah, and it's working for us, right, Tina?
It is working for us.
So we have an example of a recent closed property that we have in Seminole, pool home, and it had 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. But the 4th bedroom had been converted, taking the garage space away. And so what did we do? We put it back to a garage, and then we were able, so we took it off the market for a short period of time, a couple of
Right.
days, right, Tina?
Mhm.
And we're able to put it back on the market, and we're able to get that closed. for all
Immediately
parties.
under contract
Yeah.
after we converted that back to the 2-car garage. So and we have another example too, actually, that is pending, which is so
Yeah.
interesting.
Absolutely. So on that one, it's like, we're getting the feedback, hearing it from the buyer's agents, that there is the worn carpet, and so she took it to heart, the seller, and she went in and she put in beautiful LVP.
Yep.
And
Was it LP or tile?
I think it's LVP.
It is. Okay, that's all right. Luxury vinyl. You're right.
Luxury vinyl. Looks absolutely beautiful. And as Tina said, we've received an offer and we are under contract.
Immediately went under contract
So,
with
yeah.
it again.
So again, I think it's just going back to listening to the buyer's agents and actually taking their feedback, presenting it back to our seller, and with their willingness, let's see what else we can do.
That's a great point. They have to be willing to listen to us, and they have to be willing to sometimes make those changes.
Yeah.
What would we do differently? Because as much as we adapt and try to figure out what the market would want, because some people would have preferred a bonus room instead of a garage.
Right.
But would we start differently, do you think, with these listings, or?
That's a good question, Tina. I really, we always lean back on our seller, honestly, I
Right.
mean, it's like, because, that was an undertaking for them to do, and you don't know what you don't know.
Until you know it.
Yeah, until you start getting that feedback when people come in and see the property, so.
That's right.
It's just, it works.
Sometimes it's not always a price adjustment,
Right.
Sometimes we're learning that we're
Don't chase that.
we're chasing the market. I mean, we've been doing this for 25 years, you and I together combined, and I've never seen a market like this before. What would you say to the sellers that are getting ready to list their properties, and there's so much more inventory out there?
Right. Well, I think first and foremost is just let them know what we are seeing on the buy side, so that they are not caught off guard.
Right.
When maybe they do get some feedback that says, hey, I think it would have been better if it was all light, all one color,
Right.
rather than 4 different paints. That's just one example, but I think that just being upfront with them in the very beginning, just let them know what to expect.
Right.
Let them know that there is a lot more inventory, and anything that you can do to freshen up with a least amount of money out, we would recommend that you do that, and we'll go through and make those suggestions.
Roofs, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's been a headache for a while, but I think even more so because even though the roof looked good and it would pass 3 to 5 years with a roof inspection, now, and we all know as agents in Pinellas County knows this, they're looking at the permitting.
Yeah.
When was the last time that a roof was permitted? Because
Right.
insurance doesn't want to carry it if it's over 10 years, and if it's at that cusp of 10 years, we're having those really hard conversations with the sellers.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they can go next door and get the same property with a brand new roof and HVAC and
what you're gonna do,
What are you gonna
because
do?
I mean, number one, you gotta be able to get insurance if you're paying with, with a mortgage
Right.
backing. So, yeah, it's one of those things that you just really wanna, I would give them all the insight that you possibly can. I think just look at everything that could possibly come up and try to be just the best consultative agent that we can be.
So we're seeing something over and over again that I have not seen, maybe in the last 2 years.
Right?
Buyers are ordering sewer scopes.
Yes, absolutely. I had one of my recent transactions, and I was on the sell side. And honestly, it was like, you don't know, and it's just like, okay, but it's actually, I'm doing the research. I realize that it really is something that the older homes should be doing.
Right.
Should we do it on a 2019 home, Tina?
They just did though, right?
Yeah, right.
Our listing, they
So-
did a sewer scope, which surprised me because the house is only 6 years old. So for those of you that don't know, during the inspections, they come in and they scope the sewer lines to see whether or not there's any damage in the sewer
Yeah.
pipes, whether it's polybutylene or roots
yeah.
or cast iron,
Right.
and it just saves them long term. Now, 2 of the listings that we put up,
Uh-huh.
the sellers were having issues previously, so they went ahead and took care of that. And it's not, it's $7,000 to $8,000 is the number I'm hearing.
Yes.
To have that done,
Absolutely.
to have it corrected, to have the sewer corrected.
Yeah, but to get an inspection, probably right around $250, $300.
Yeah, $250, $300. So
Reasonable, and for that peace of mind, I really think that it's something that should be recommended for in older homes or whatever you're selling, whatever your buyer wants.
right, because biggest bulk I think of Pinellas County was built before 1965,
Exactly.
1970. So there's a good chance that you're going to want to do a sewer scope if
Yeah.
you're a buyer. We would highly recommend that
Just
too.
recommend it, yeah.
Right. So what else are we seeing?
Oh man, okay. So whatever you want to talk about interest rates? It's interest rates.
Yes, it's always a topic.
Yeah.
Interest rates are always a topic.
Absolutely. So I mean, we are seeing that. I think they're ticking down a little bit, but it seems to be, it's still holding people back from buying. And I think that you and I both in conversations, not fireside, but we would talk about that it's a good time to buy. Really good time to buy.
Because what
Yeah.
we're seeing is that not only are the prices dropping in the houses, the interest rates are coming down. Buyers right now, they're not pulling the trigger maybe as quickly as we'd like. However, the last 2 properties, we went into multiple offer situations.
Right.
They were priced right.
It's
The houses were in mint condition.
it's the condition.
And they
Yeah.
went in multiple offer situations.
So you have all this inventory, and the ones that are the nicest and are going to be the easiest for them to get the lending on if they're getting a mortgage are the ones that are going to go.
They're the ones that are going
Right?
to go, right?
Yeah.
So going back to the interest rate question, I
Yes.
think too, anytime that there's a change of command or a new administration, it's a little bit different. This is non-political. You
No.
and I, we never get into politics.
Not at all.
But we do see a little bit of a change, and where are the consumers at? I think there's good things to come. And saying that,
Yes.
we talked to 2 of our very close loan officers and lenders,
Yeah.
and what are they saying?
They're saying that they're getting a lot more requests for pre-approvals. So
Applications are up.
applications are up, and you're also seeing that on the insurance side from the insurance brokers. So it's good. I think
is
that you
good.
just we got to just keep the faith. It's just it's been a weird market.
It's been a weird market, but there's some good things to happen.
Lots
And
of
I
good.
always believe that people who are buying when everyone else is panicking, they're the ones that are going to win out.
Yeah.
When all the buyers were buying at one time, right? And there
Right.
was no inventory, and prices were escalating, skyrocketing when the interest rates were so low. It was unfair.
Right.
But here's the thing. You and I talk about this all the time because we, with the stock markets and what's happening in the stock market right now, and we do have cash buyers. About 30 to 40% of our deals are cash buyers.
Yeah.
If they're not coming forward because of what's happening, all I can say is this: we certainly understand that, right?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
the equity that you can build in a house
Right.
when purchasing it at the right price
Right.
is golden.
Is
And
golden.
I don't think the prices are going to go down in Pinellas County too much more than what they are right now.
No. And you know what? Talking to lenders, we could see the interest rates go back down. Who knows? We don't know for sure, but even if they go down, you know, 1.5, 2, you can refi.
Okay, buyers, I want you to know this.
Yeah.
Sellers are willing to buy down in your prepaids and closing costs to get something back. The sellers that we have, they're understanding the market and they're willing to buy down a point,
Yeah.
a lot of them, right?
Yeah, let's
They're
give
willing
it-
to help
it
to buy
works.
that interest rate down, and it helps. They understand to get their house closed, it has to be in good condition.
Mhm.
It has to be something that in a great location,
Yes.
right? And it has to be an opportunity for the buyer, and they're gonna have to kick in a little bit to make that happen.
Yeah, they're give and take, and I think it's really a good time for the buyers.
I do think it's a good time for a buyer, and if it's done right, it's a good time for the seller too.
That's it, exactly.
Carolyn, we always end the same way. For some reason, Dylan has to remind us that we need to ask people to actually follow us because we do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, follow us. You can like, subscribe if you are interested in the information. And also, if you have anything that you would like to discuss with Tina and myself, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yeah, please don't. And we always love to have feedback too from other agents because we love working with great agents in the county, and there's some
Yeah.
really good agents.
Yes, we're pretty
If you're a
lucky.
seller, you know what, we'd love to have a consultation with you and we can go over some. We've seen it all these last couple
Right?
of months.
We have come
From
from
the condos with the milestone
6
study,
months.
the tore up drywall, we've seen it all.
Yeah,
And
just makes us all better.
it makes us stronger.
Mhm.
You know,
Agree.
it makes us stronger.